Hello everybody, it's Jennifer, and thanks for watching. Today is my week 5 update. It's been 5 weeks since my gastric bypass surgery. I've tried to make this video probably 5 times. People keep coming to my door, or my daughter does some craziness in here. So I am here. I'm gonna finish it this time. So I do have a few things to report. Try to keep this short. I know sometimes I get a little long-winded. So, as you guys know, I was at a stall last time I talked to you guys. Last Friday, I was still sitting at 304. I had been at 304 for the last 2 weeks prior to that. I did have a little scale incident. I discovered that my scale was damaged. And last week, my scale had been reading me at some really weird weights. Like, it was swinging almost 20 pounds difference. So I got concerned and I examined the scale and I discovered that the scale was broken. There was one of the feet on the bottom was missing, and so the scale was leaning when I stepped on it, and it was causing some fluctuations that were shouldn't have been there. So I bought a new scale on Saturday or Sunday, I don't remember. Went out, bought a new scale, bought the same scale I already had. It's identical. And because I liked that scale, it was just fine. You guys have seen it. It was on my things I bought video. So I step on the scale when I buy it. It's still sitting at 304. So I was fine with that. I figured that, that meant it was probably pretty accurate, and I, went about my day. So how things change. Let me just tell you, when a stall breaks, it really breaks. I got on the scale this morning. Okay, let me be honest. I've gotten on the scale a few times over the last week because I'm a compulsive weigher. Not as bad as I used to be. Not as bad as I used to be. I'll probably weigh every other day now. Just randomly when I'm going to the bathroom or something else. But anyways, I step on the scale this morning and it says 292. So, first of all, I am in my 200s, which I think I had told you I had reached like 299 or something during my workout video that I had put up a couple days ago. Now I'm at 292, which means I lost 12 pounds this week. Not too shabby. Pretty exciting for me, and I'm happy with it. It's definitely a big loss. I don't expect every week to have a 12-pound loss, but seeing it was definitely nice. So that brings my total weight loss numbers. Let's see, from the day of surgery, I was 329 day of surgery. So that's a 37-pound loss from August 10th till now, 5 weeks. And then my total from my absolute start, I started at 350. That was my top weight, and that is a 58-pound loss. So my numbers I'm liking. I'm happy. Everything's great there. And I got a new toy, and it kind of happened. It's kind of odd how it all happened. I've been looking at the body bug for years, thinking I wanted the body bug. Sorry, gotta adjust. The thing with the body bug right now for me, I mean, it looks like a great device. I know a lot of you use it. I would love to have it, but right now, it's just a little more than I wanted to spend. I have a lot of expenses coming up between now and the end of the year. My car insurance premium is due next month. November, I have my car registration due, and Thanksgiving and Halloween. My daughter needs 2 costumes for Halloween, and then there's Christmas, and it's too much. I treat myself regularly. I do buy a lot of makeup. I buy, I wouldn't say, okay, let me take that back. I don't buy I buy makeup for myself. I buy other things for myself that I like to have. So I'm not by any means telling you that I'm like so sacrificing. But that being said, the price of the body bug was more than I wanted to spend on myself at this time of year when I have so much else going on. So I have been looking into the Fitbit a little bit too. And it looked, it's a little bit less expensive. Looks like, a good device. So this past weekend, my husband and I were kind of joking around. I was crabby all weekend, which I will tell you about in a minute here. So this past weekend, I was just naggy, and I don't even know. I just was not in a pleasant mood. And my husband jokingly, I think it was half joking when it started, looked at me and told me, can I bribe you to be nice to me for the rest of the day and just tell me what an awesome husband I am? Now, before everybody gets all outraged, I'm very nice to my husband. I tell him all the time how great he is. And I'm very thankful for all of his support. So he knows that. I'm not mean to him all the time, I promise. But I jokingly look up at him and I tell him, sure, but it'll cost you a Fitbit. And it was kind of funny. He looks at me and he's like, all right. And I was kind of like, what? Oh, I'm sorry that the line on the back of my head was starting to creep me out. So, he's like, yeah, just go on eBay, get one. And I was just, what? Seriously? So, I went on eBay and I ordered myself a Fitbit. I just got it. I opened it. I haven't set it up yet, but this is the box. It was brand new. It wasn't used. I bought it. It's so tiny. It's just so little. It's so cute. I probably spent $10 or $20 more than I really could have because I had to get the pink plum colored one. It looks hot pink to me. But anyways, so I have the Fitbit and I'm very excited. I'm going to set it up when I'm done making the video, or actually I have to run a quick errand. So maybe I'll set it up right when I get home. So it was just, you know what? Sometimes he just likes to treat me, and that was one of the, it's just a little present. So I got the Fitbit. I'm very excited. I'm going to set it up, use it for the next week. I'll let you know next week how I feel about it and my thoughts. I think I'm going to like it. I think it'll help give me a good idea of where I am physically and how much activity I really am doing, because it's kind of hard to judge when you have not really been active. I don't know. I think it'll just be a good thing to let me see where I'm at and help me set goals. So I got a new gadget, and you know what? Maybe I'll eventually get the body bug. I don't know. But for right now, we're working on the Fitbit. The other thing I wanted to talk about is probably a little bit too much information, but I'm going to share it because I just don't care. So before I had my surgery, I was having a lot of issues with my periods. I was having, my cycles were so off, and they weren't really cycles. I was having a lot of issues. I was bleeding more than I wasn't bleeding, but I would bleed for 3 or 4 months. I'd have 2 months where I didn't have a period, then I'd bleed for 5 months. And this has been going on for like the last 2 or 3 years. Only getting worse and worse and worse. And that's actually what led me to, if you watch my intro video, that is what led me to spending 7 days in the hospital at the beginning of January. Was I got so anemic that they had to transfuse 10 units of blood, and I spent some time in the hospital. And it was really hard for me for several reasons. The first of which is it's never pleasant when you're bleeding for 5 straight months. There's nothing fun about it. And number 2, my husband and I have a 7-year-old daughter and we had been wanting another child. We had been wanting a baby, and we had been trying for the last 2 years. And we had not managed to get pregnant because of my weight. And that was, I've had the tests, everything else. It was, as far as my doctor can tell, weight related. And I agreed because my cycles stopped being normal. And I could track exactly when they stopped being normal. It was when I hit right around 280 pounds. Right around 280, my cycle started getting out of whack, and it only got worse the heavier I got. So, I already knew what the problem was. So, now, Anyways, it was very bad. But the thing is now that you guys know I started a cycle right after I got out of the hospital with my surgery. Actually, it was probably like 3 days after I got out. So almost a week after I had surgery, I started my period. And it lasted as long as it should have. It was fairly normal, you know, 5, 6 days. Well, about 6 days. Mine have always been a little long. And the crazy thing is that for the first time in 2 or 3 years, my cycle started yesterday, almost exactly when it should have started. So, it looks like, keeping my fingers crossed, my cycles are back on track already, that I've lost enough weight to make that happen. So, I am super excited by this. And let me just add, not because I'm planning on getting pregnant. Let me just say that. I have no intention of getting pregnant within the next year, maybe 18 months, maybe 2 years. I decided that I needed to have this surgery to basically to continue living, to be a mother to the daughter I have, and to eventually be able to have another child and be the mom I want to be. And I can't do that so soon out of, so I'm not stupid enough to think that it's a good idea to get pregnant right now. So I will be, my doctor says a minimum of 1 year, and so I will be waiting at least a year, and probably actually I will be waiting until I reach my goal. So I'm not going to get pregnant right now. However, it's still nice to see my cycles become regular so that I know that when that time comes, that things will be a little bit easier for me. So anyways, I'm excited about that. And that's what the whole moodiness this weekend was about. It was like my first bout of PMS in 2 years, and it hit me hard. I was really just not a nice person. So that is going on. I also, since we're on the subject of too much information, had my very first round of constipation in my entire life. I've never been constipated. As a matter of fact, I've lived with chronic diarrhea for the last 4 or 5 years because I'm lactose intolerant, and I refused to put the dietary changes in place that would have prevented me from getting sick. It was worth it. Honestly, having diarrhea all the time to me, back then, was worth, it was worth it if I got to eat what I wanted to eat. And that just kind of, for me, shows me that I have, I've come a long way already, because my little accidental dumping incident on that protein shake a couple weeks back, taught me a few things. It's no longer worth it for me to get sick. There's nothing I could eat that would be worth me feeling sick like that. I feel really good right now, and I don't want to be sick like that. Anyways, I had never experienced constipation, so I was not really sure what was going on for several days. And then finally it occurred to me, I was like, wait, could this be constipation? And so I had to send my husband to go get some milk of magnesia, and I had to deal with it because I just felt like, I don't know, it wasn't pain. I don't know. I just didn't want to be constipated. So I have joined the constipation club. It's not fun. Yeah. Protein I'm working on. I'm getting better about getting in all my protein shakes. It's still hard. I still don't like much of the protein out there. I have found 1 or 2 that I can live with, but I am still looking. If anybody has tried the Syntax Nectar, let me know. Tell me how you like it. If you've tried that and the Walmart Body Fortress, can you give me a comparison? Because right now, that's what I'm using, is the Body Fortress I'm looking at it right now, from Walmart. And it's working fine. It's not as nasty as some of the proteins out there that I've tried, and it's fine. But if there is something that tastes better, let me know. Yeah. And my water's still going in real easy. I'm on myfitnesspal, in case you guys didn't know. And I'm there under the same name, Jennifermwb. And you can find me there. My food diary's, open. I'm getting anywhere from 350 to almost 600 calories a day. It really depends on whether, number one, I get a protein shake in that day, and number two, just how I'm feeling that day. So for the most part, I feel great, but I did have an incident with something I ate one day, and I couldn't eat again for the rest of the day. I just didn't feel well. So, yeah, I am on myfitnesspal. I'm sorry, my daughter is distracting me so much today. Anyways, I think that's it. I think that I've made this long enough. I can't believe I'm looking at my counter and it's 15 minutes. I would honestly remake this to try and make it shorter, but like I said, it has been like 5 times, so I'm not remaking this again. I hope you've made it all the way to the end, and I thank you for watching, and I will hopefully get back with you guys soon. If not, I will definitely see you next Friday. Thanks for watching. Thank you to all my new subscribers, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks.